Welcome! I'm Lynn Salmon, Lead Educator for Creative Drawings. As we go through the videos, you'll notice that my cursor has a yellow star behind it so you can follow along easier. If I left click, you'll see a flash of blue. If I right click, you'll see a flash of red. If you come down to the screen below, you'll see VCR type controls of pause, start, or stop if you want to work along with me. But for now, let's left double click on the Creative Drawings icon to open it. And the first wizard screen that will come up is New Design, Create New, left click on Next. From File, left click on the Browser button to the right, left click, and you'll see our list of designs that were installed with Creative Drawings. Now if your designs don't show here, left click on My Documents, come down to where you see Embroidery Designs, left double click on Creative Samples, and you'll see your designs are back. Now I have the little icons here because I have a graphics program that allows me to see thumbnails. If you have these on your screen and you want to see a larger icon, come up to the View menu, left click on Thumbnails, and you can very easily come down and scroll through and pick a design. Since many of you won't have the icons available as thumbnails, I'm going to take it back to the list view, but you can see as you select designs that it will be previewed in the window down below. For now, so that we're all working on the same design, make sure your slider's all the way to the left and come to the right arrow, left click twice, 1, 2, come straight up to design number ASC 00307, left click, come down, left click on Open. We're back to our artwork source and come down to Hoop, left click down, and you'll see a number of generic hoops and also your brand hoop size. You can either choose your generic 100 by 100 or your corresponding size from your brand below. If you don't see your hoop, we can make our own hoop design later in the software. Let's click Next, and you'll see as I move the wizard screen aside that the size and the stitches have already been converted and generated as a design waiting for us to finish our choices. So right now let's choose our fabric. You have 6 categories. If you left click on the plus sign next to Embroidery Normal, come down, left click on Cotton. You can choose a background color simply by left clicking on it. If you don't see the color you like, very quickly left double click, and you can take and left click and hold down the mouse to see the color changes you would like to have. Click on OK. Background has been changed. The list is now on the color bar. Click Next. Now the color reduction screen just means that we can reduce the number of threads in our design. We have 7 now. If we wanted fewer, left click and hold the slider. Let's try number 5, and you can see light colors have been combined. We can always rechange these colors later. Come to the right and you can choose your threads that you want to use. I'm going to choose Mega Sheen. You see my numbers and my colors correspond here, and click Finished. Now we could take this right and save it to our embroidery file format, but if you want to make a few changes, they're quick and simple to make. The Object Toolbars property should be here. If it's blank, that's fine because nothing will show up till you left click on an object in the design. You can see I have many choices here available to me. If this Object Properties toolbar is not here at all, come up to your View and left click, and make sure you come down to Object Properties and left click, and you may want to take a real quick look at what I have checked here if you want my screen to look like yours. If you want to change the size measurement, come up to left click on Tools, left click on Options. You can change to US or metric. Undo levels, you can change up to 100, which is great. Click OK. Now please be aware, if you do change from one to the other, the changes won't be effective until you close Creative and open it again. If I want to change a color, it's very simple. Highlight the area I want to change and left click. If I wanted to change the other two tulips to be the same size, I'm going to hold Shift, left, and hold. And the same color, left click, and it changes the color. If I wanted to change my fill, let's get a closer view by taking my zoom tool, left click and envelope it, and I'm going to left click and select again, and you can see that my patterns, which are almost 200 there, the stitch patterns are here, and just click on one that you like, doesn't matter, left click. And if I wanted to change my direction, I can take my direction tool, left click and hold, go from one side to the other, and you can see how it very quickly and easily changes your stitch direction. If I didn't want it, I just left click on the middle arrow here and I'm all set to go. Now I've looked down here and I see that these stitches aren't quite meeting right, so I'm going to highlight these, click my direction tool. I'm going to left click and hold and bring it down to the other side to straighten up my stitches, let go. And you can see how the stitches have straightened out. So let's do that one more time. Select the area you want to change, grab your direction tool, left click and bring to the other side, and let go. Click off, and you can see how the stitches have changed. Now, if the stitches still aren't right, it's just simply a matter of changing these designs just a little bit to one side or the other, and you can see how it changes. If I like the other one, I can just undo my change and it'll take it back to where it started. Now you'll notice that if I don't have anything selected, there will be nothing on the object toolbar. That's the way it should be. If you left click, you'll see you have your choices again. If I wanted to change these designs to step stitch, I highlight, click on step stitch, and you can see how quickly and easily it will change the type of stitches. This is personal preference, and if you like the satin stitch, just simply left click on satin stitch. Now you'll notice that when we try to click on the pen, which stands for our outline properties, nothing happens because we don't have an outline on this heart. So if we come down below, I'm going to show you the quick way to do it. There are several. You'll see that our pen tool is in the X box. There's nothing there. So if I hold down my Shift key and go to the color I want it, if I want it to match the outline color, I will left click. So that's hold down the Shift key, left click the color you want, and let go. Now if I wanted to change the color of the outline stitch, hold down my Shift key, click on any color, click off the design, and you'll see that there's just a plain running stitch. So I'm going to highlight this again, and this time when I left click the pen tab, I can choose between a running or a serial or many of several outline stitches. Right now I'm just going to select the chain stitch, click off, and you can see I very quickly and easily changed my outline to a chain stitch. Now this looks pretty good right now. I'm really ready to save my design, so I'm going to come up to Tools, Change Hoop, and click Center Hoop Design. Click OK, so I know it's in my center. I'm going to go File, Save As, come down below, and you see Save As Type. I'll click on the down arrow and choose my machine type, whether it's commercial or home machine. Mine happens to be a PES, so I'm going to left click on PES. I'm going to name my design Dutch 2. Now I want it to save not in my graphics file but in a stitch file, so you can save where you already have your embroidery file saved. If you don't have any right now, just click on My Documents, create a file. I've named mine My Designs, and left double click and click Save. Now it's going to ask me what machine I have, and if you don't have this exact machine, just go ahead and click the one that's closest to it. I'm going to click it, and I'm saved, and I've got 5,349 stitches. Click OK. You can either save this design directly to a flash drive or a floppy disk. You can take it to the Magic Box and load it, or you can take it into your software program and load it to your card, take it to your machine, and sew. Thanks for joining me, and please keep checking back because we will have videos on fonts, how to create your own designs from scratch, going through scanners, how to change your bitmaps and JPEGs into designs, and much more. We'll see you soon. Bye.